Hey guys, welcome back. Grassroots Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes, as well as make sure to get in tune with our Discord where we talk everything gaming, culture, and hip hop. I'm one of the esteemed hosts, Brandon Killabh, y'all.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
I am the regular Nas.
I'm Wylson.
How is everyone doing today? How's everyone's weekend going? Been? Where are we at?
I don't know, but I was going through the internet and I feel like Wylson has a secret OnlyFans account.
I do. It's not a secret anymore.
well, the only secret right now that's not a secret that me and Nas talked about is the fact that Wylson keeps wearing a Laker hat. I'm offended. I am appalled. I'm appalled. I'm anything else that would be anything that angry. I'm grimacing. I'm vexed. I'm all of these words. Why do you have on a Laker hat, sir? Well, you're not a Laker, all right?
It's a part of the cosplay I utilize in my OnlyFans. You'll have to sign up. It's $5.99, where I am.
Who you cosplay as?
Oh yeah, let's wait.
I do LeBron. I do LeBron James. We have similar feet.
Yo, you're not the same person.
Wait. I have too many questions about this.
No, I'm just like, we don't have similar feet.
What do you cosplay as? What do you dress it up as? You dress up as a doctor? Like, what is going on over here?
Listen,
well, I'm LeBron James in my OnlyFans, and it's for chicks that have tall fetishes, because I'm very tall.
Do you think he photoshops himself?
No, he's wearing a he's wearing a replica LeBron James jersey. Not even he's wearing a replica.
Talking about something. I'm gonna go for the fourth quarter shot. This one, baby.
Slam dunk,
man.
Slam dunk.
Oh man.
But
so is it that bad to make an OnlyFans page?
For you,
is it that bad?
For others, no.
Well, let's say somebody had a hand fetish. And then I'm just doing wild stuff with my hands, like dipping them in ketchup and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I can pull off, yo.
So do we judge? So do we judge chicks that do foot fetish pages?
Wait, hold on.
Because that seems to be all the rave.
Pick your hands up, though. We need to see them hands. Hold on.
Oh, my shit's is beautiful.
Wait, flip it.
These are gorgeous.
We gotta see the other side too.
Inside.
He showed the inside.
See, but it's messed up though, because if I'm not talking, people can't see them. So let me do it right now as I'm talking for the fans, the OnlyFans. No, but so would you guys date a chick or male that has a foot fetish page on OnlyFans?
What do you mean that owns one?
Huh? I don't care about that.
No.
So that would be cool with you, like if you let's say you're dating a dude and he's drizzling honey on his feet in front of a camera.
Okay.
Like, and you walk in on him. Let's say.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm judging E if she's dating someone that is drizzling syrup on their feet on OnlyFans. I'm sorry. I'll support it after I judge. After I judge, I got you. I support you.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. Unless that nigga's Winnie the Pooh, it's unacceptable.
You know what though? In regular circumstances, probably not. But due to COVID and the unemployment rate that we have, listen, if all he's doing is drizzling on his feet, they can't see his face, they can't see his private parts or anything like that. And if he lost a job, but he's making enough doing that, I'm all for it. Go for it. You're not doing. For me, I don't see anything wrong, and especially if you people got to do what they got to do to take care of their family, especially now. And if drizzling honey on your feet is going to help take care of your family, I'm all for it.
Yo, E, I'm not gonna lie to you. If homeboy is drizzling honey or barbecue sauce on his toes, and he's not making money. He's not making money. I'm letting you.
And then can you? Hold on.
If he's not making money, heck no. You got. Sorry.
But then add Wilson's hands rubbing his feet with the fam. That's a sick sight. That's disgusting.
That's nasty.
But the biggest question is, what if it's bringing in $1 million a year?
Oh, yo, let me tell you something. If you can make $1 million, I'm a call my girl in the room and be like, come here, baby, come wrap my feet up like a burrito.
Listen, if you're making $1 million just drizzling honey, whipped cream, ketchup, or whatever on your feet, yo, sign me up at this point. Like, sign me up. I ain't gotta be naked. You gotta sign you do on your feet.
Hold on. Are we on the verge of a grassroots OnlyFans page?
Hey, don't you play. I got some nice hands. Don't play. Don't play. Listen.
I definitely got some nice feet.
My feet all right. My feet ain't bad. I got nice feet.
Is this about to happen?
Listen. All right, what body parts we showing? It's lit. Y'all know I'm a prude, so I'm going hands. Safe. Sorry. I'll show like a chest hair here and there, like maybe a nipple if I'm feeling random.
I don't think.
Close up on the nipple.
Close up on the nipple. Honestly, I'm thinking. I don't think there's not. Men's hands are not valuable. Like women can do that stuff. Women can do. A woman can put up there. And, yeah, I don't think a man is bringing in as much money as a woman would, even with the foot. You know what's funny?
Dudes used to always make fun of my hands when I gave them dap. They used to be like, "Oh, your hands man rough, son." Women like that. Women like that. Women like that, and their fathers automatically.
Well, it depends. Like, if you guys are proactive in a game of Twister, and your nails are not clean and they're sharp, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yo, can you imagine playing Twister in your 30s?
That should be fun.
How much is health insurance?
How much is Twister these days? How much is Twister? Well, no, I'm not as limber as I once was.
Yeah, I'm not flexible at all.
Oh my God, that's the OnlyFans concept. We have to play Twister.
Oh, yo, fam.
My knees are shot,
real,
bro.
Though.
Yeah,
30 plus Twister. 30 plus Twister.
No, it's over. I'm still trying to recover from working out. Like and that was hours. Like I'm cool. I'm good.
Man,
are you stretching?
I can't do it anymore. You know?
Now I feel like I'm gonna look up Twister on Pornhub.
Yep. Yo, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there was a section for something like that, though. There's always weird fetishes and stuff like that.
Of course there is. You can type in anything.
But to answer your question, E, I have been learning how to stretch. I feel like I'm at the age where, like, you know, when Nas was at this age, even though he's much older, I feel like I'm at that age now. And I feel like before I could just go out and just get right to it, be all right. I got to stretch now, man. I'm soaking, I'm stretching. I'm taking every sort of type of medication you can take for inflammatory. I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this, because people's OnlyFans pages turn up on porn websites. Is it porn?
So, all right. So here's my thing, right? I think that there's multiple ways that OnlyFans can be used. I think it's just also in how you utilize it, right? Like, so I think OnlyFans first started out originally just because it was just a quick way for, like dancers and maybe like porn stars, stuff like that, to get some sort of extra income, right? Especially in this COVID space, even pre-COVID, let's say, because OnlyFans took off pre-COVID. I think per COVID, now it's at an all-time high. And I'm sure you're going to see more OnlyFans pages start to come out now. Like, but this is when it's going to get oversaturated too, though. Like, this is when you're going to start to see people that you worked with in your cubicle just pop up like, hey, got OnlyFans. It's like, hey, yo, what's happening right now? Like, why do you have an OnlyFans? Like, what are the fans? What do we look like? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where that is going to always be a thing. It's similar to Instagram. Think about when Instagram came out. I was one of the people who was like, I'm cool off Instagram. And now I utilize Instagram more than anything, just because it's just one of the things that you use. I feel like OnlyFans is going to become that because it's an easy revenue stream, especially for women. Women should be able to flourish. And that goes back to your point or question, Nas, when you're saying, yo, I think it's more difficult for men to be able to show like hands and stuff like that versus women. Women obviously have way more body parts. Men ain't doing half the things that women can do on OnlyFans. Number one. Number two, I think it's easier to sell sex for women than it is for men. Women are easier to look at. They're visually pleasing. We're already talking about guys don't have nice feet like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you know what I mean? Like, there is just different things aesthetically pleasing to the eye that women can offer that men just can't. And that could be for both sexes. Sometimes women can just pose a certain way that just looks good for a shot. Doesn't even have to be sexual.
But I think that there are different things that men can do really, really well. And it's a little more of a safer option than women. Have you guys seen in Japan where you can actually rent a boyfriend? You could rent a boyfriend to go to weddings, to have holiday parties, all this stuff. I'm telling you, how come they're not doing it now? You can really set up an OnlyFans to set up a fake boyfriend or fake hubby or whatever. I think men can make a lot of, especially if you're an attractive one, men can make a lot of money with that.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I just also think.
Yeah, I gotta go to Japan. It sounds very lucrative. I gotta go to Japan, man.
Yo,
Japan's nice.
They have it. They have that. They also have it's like kind of like bottle girls, but it's bottle guys over there. And they can make a lot of money. They get billboards. They get billboards too for certain places, and for reoccurring like guests that they develop relationships with. They could buy them things. Like one guy had a wealthy woman, and he always entertains her. And she bought him a car and like a Rolex watch and stuff like that. And they even have like leaderboards for it. It's pretty intense. You guys got to check that out. There's some interesting like men's services in other countries.
But you know,
yeah, no, I'm cool. I don't think I'm going to check that out. Thanks.
When I hear stuff like that, I think of how open that society is when it comes to certain aspects, right? Because I think both you and Brandon have both been over to Japan, which I want to get over there. But it just goes to show that America is still kind of prudish. You know, we as a society,
we are. Period.
I have a question. Do you guys think I'm a prude? And this is off topic. I've been being called a prude for a while. Do you guys think I'm a prude? Be honest with me. Tell me how you feel about me.
Is it because Mandy called you a prude? That really
outside.
It dug a knife into you.
Little bit. But I take Mandy's words as a grain of salt. It's the rest of the people in the world.
I think it's prudish. I think some, not you, but some people are like, all right, I can be one way by myself in private. I don't need to tell everybody my business and how I actually get down.
I think Brandon plays prude. I think he's a fake prude. In the sack, he's probably, a gimp or something. Who knows?
First off, relax. Don't ever refer to me in a sack and anything like that ever again. Let's just stop there. Let's just get back on track. It's fine. Don't put me in the sack and anything that you're talking about. All right.
Come on. Now Brandon has a kink. Brandon.
Relax.
Brandon, you can dispel the prude rumors right now if you reveal your kink.
If I just reveal my kink, right?
Reveal your kink. Just go ahead.
I like syrup on my feet, man.
I knew it. I knew it. Brandon got mad sauces, yo.
Chill.
Well, to answer your question, Brandon, I'm gonna need a lawyer to review this question.
Damn! It's true. You guys are telling me we're prude.
No. I wouldn't necessarily say prude. I think that you're just a private individual because I'm the same way. Like if you're a close, you guys know we've had conversations. You know how I am. Yeah. But it's like in public facing, like I don't feel the need to discuss certain things. Obviously on our podcast, if there's certain conversations surrounding sex and stuff like that, like I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm Amish or something like that. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. I feel like we've had enough conversations on this show. No.
I think we have, but I think also maybe we also are very aware of how we word things and not just be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to, fuck. Like, no, like we do it in a different way. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that, I feel like everyone can have their different ways to communicate. And I don't think that the way that you go about communicating, explaining these things does not mean that you aren't comfortable in your sexuality. Honestly, Brandon, you, in terms of Black men, you are probably at the top of the most comfortable Black men in terms of their sexuality. Like in general. No, I'm serious. In terms of people, in terms of men that I know, like you're very, and even you, Nas, and even you, Wylson. I mean, Wylson, there's moments, but for all of you guys, you're fairly comfortable with your sexuality, and especially when it comes to Black men. And I think that's a big deal, to be honest.
You know,
So,
no, I was gonna say, just trying to get. That's the thing, though. When people label Brandon approved, you don't have to. And I'm just agreeing with you, E. Is you don't have to show that side. Like, all right, let Brandon rock out like that. I think that's why a lot of celebrities don't last as long as they don't have the staying power as most, right? Like you see a lot of celebrities just out there. One or two of them will start their OnlyFans account, and now I know everything about you. Where's the mystery? Yeah. Right? You know, where and why? What's the motive behind you doing this OnlyFans? This isn't the persona that you have exemplified before. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. I think that mystery, a lot of celebrities miss that, man. Like, you don't know everything about Hov. You don't know everything about
the mystique. I miss that. I miss that. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's just where I come from. I miss not knowing shit about people. Like, before we segue, because we're not segueing, I want to talk.
Yeah, I got two things real quick before we get on.
Yeah, I just no. You say what you're gonna say, Wylson, because I don't want to forget what I'm gonna say. Just remind me about John Legend and them, and them losing their daughter. I want to touch on that just to get you guys.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Let me get in before that.
Yeah. Go.
So first
That's
thing,
what he said.
Yeah. First thing. Brandon, chicks calling you a prude, that's like the equivalent of a girl hitting you when you're a little kid on the playground. They like you. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get you out of your
No. They're saying to me that I am an old 57-year-old man, like I'm Nas, and that I'm a prude. Like they're killing me out here. Like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you never called a girl a prude and had intention behind that, an ulterior.
No, I don't even use the word prude.
I don't even think calling a woman a prude is like a bad thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think
I would care.
Okay. Well, my second thing. This might be a little too deep. You guys might not want to get into this.
Chris,
that's what he also said.
Come on, guys. Disgusting. We might as well just post this on OnlyFans. Dirty mouths.
I mean, you do got the purple light.
Poop mouth.
I was about to say you got the purple light. Got the purple light.
Hold on. Did anyone notice he got candles in the background?
Yeah,
flickering.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Nah, hold on.
He definitely filmed his OnlyFans.
Yeah, don't try to be the candle guy. All right, don't try to be that guy. Don't try to be that guy.
I'm definitely.
He ain't never lit a candle in mad long. Now he want to have ambiance in his background.
Hold on, talk about. There's definitely 3 candles stacked up there. I didn't want to light them all. We're gonna turn this into a whole different segment. Anyhow you put it. Second thing, I don't know if this is too deep, but there's a conspiracy that society or the world is trying to kill masculinity, right? Mm-hmm. So as society is trying to kill masculinity, we're also in the age where you have to give women the most respect. You're not allowed to be a dog, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, women are in a sexual, they're displaying their sexual prowess everywhere. On Instagram, everything, butt cheeks, all over your page. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you're not allowed to. You can't post a shirt off pic. You look crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say if you wanted to post, let's say you just at the beach, like a girl could be like, women can post stuff and be like sitting in the living room with like lingerie or in a robe, but their caption has nothing to do with the picture. You're like, oh, the grace of God has brought me to this place. Like you're on the couch, fam. If I did that, I would get murdered. You know, like, yo, Brandon, you're 100% correct, because when I go on dating sites, I like to hunt there. I like to hunt. I hunt everywhere, all terrain. So when I'm on dating sites and I'm hunting, you'll see in chicks' profiles, it'll say, if you have your shirt off in your profile, don't message me. Like what? Like what? A man can't show off his bod?
No,
you can't.
But you know, to go with your point, Wylson.
Hold on, why not?
Nobody wants to see that.
Well, of course we as men don't. But why do women act like?
No, I think what Nas is saying is women don't want to see your body.
I'm not a woman. You have to ask Eve why that double standard is there.
E definitely don't want to see your body.
Why are we getting man shamed?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have things reversed? Is what I'm saying.
Women have the power right now with sexuality. You know, they have the power right now. It's just what it is. What?
And I'm okay with that.
I am too. It's about time.
But it's
hold on. Once again, I'm going with your point. I saw the woman who helped manage Wu-Tang Clan, the Asian sister. I forgot her name. I really did. She used to help manage the Wu-Tang, right? She helped get them their deal. She's on Instagram, and she's like, she poses nude sometimes, like she'll cover herself up, and she'll just have on like a fedora, and it's called Richard Diaries, like the short name for Richard, Dick Diaries, basically, right? And she's talking, and she's talking about her sexual conquest and how quarantine has messed up her flow. And I was sitting, Sophie Change. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking like, if I did that, well, I'm in a relationship right now, but had the single man, had I did that, like, vagina diaries, and I started talking about all my sexual conquests, I think women would say like, this guy's a pig.
You're a pig. You're disgusting.
Yeah.
So Nas, let me ask you this, because out of all of us, you're the only one that you have daughters.
Right.
Does everything that's going on in social media, like Instagram and whatnot, does that scare you? Or do you have any fear for the future?
No, I mean, when I see stuff like that, I tell my daughters every day, like, you're intelligent, you're smart, you're beautiful, and you're loved. I tell them that every day. So if I'm trying to establish their self-worth and self-esteem, and I don't want them to go out and seek approval or validation from strange men. But I also don't go around showing them certain things at a young age. As they get older, it's going to be, I'm pretty sure there'll be another platform, another social media platform that they'll get engaged in that I won't know anything about. And I can only hope that I raise them right. I think that a lot of these women out here who show their skin are, one, trying to make an easy buck, and they know their body sells, sexuality sells. But I'm not too worried about it. I trust my wife, and I trust my parenting. To be honest with you. And worst case scenario, I'm gonna send them back to Morocco.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
But one thing I do want to say is I actually had a chance to talk to Sophia Chang, who you mentioned. Actually, funny enough, there was one time I was actually in her apartment just talking, and I have to say, when you talk to someone, whether it's a man or a woman who is very firm in who they are and grounded in who they are and grounded in their sexuality, let me tell you, it is such a great conversation, and it's a learning point too. And I agree that we need to get to a point where femininity and masculinity aren't boxed into these preconceived notions. I think that, what people view as masculine in a certain way, and how they view, like, for men not showing emotions, that you got to be tough and this and that. Honestly, actually, vulnerability and showing your emotions shows that you are more of an emotionally intellectual individual, and actually it shows strength more than anything. And then for women, allowing women to be free and comfortable in their sexuality and being comfortable in themselves. And I think that, like, if you ever get a chance to talk to anyone who is grounded in that, it's such a learning point. And then you start to realize too, as you get older, you give less crap about what people think, right? And especially for women, I know so many women in their 30s, they're just like, forget it. They've had threesomes, they've done this, they've, the first time in the butt, all this stuff, right? And but seriously, it's I don't know what it is about 30s for women, but it's like a sexual awakening for women, and even pre-30s. But I feel like we have to create a better environment to allow men to define the levels of masculinity and letting women define the levels of femininity. Like, for example, because I have short hair, some people don't view me as feminine. or because I don't dress like Kim Kardashian, they don't view me as feminine. Why is it that femininity is defined by how I appear? You know, I still get my nails done. I still get my hair done. You know, there's still certain things. Like, I just think that we try to construct and define these terms so much that if anything, it just hurts us and especially hurts our community too.
I 100% agree. And also on the male side, because I am a man that loves to, I fancy a crossbody bag. Okay.
What?
I fancy a crossbody bag. And
I mean, a man purse?
Yes.
Yeah, he's talking about
a crossbody bag.
A satchel.
A satchel?
Well, what
satchel.
you guys would call come on. It's a crossbody bag. There's a difference. Anyhow,
Nah,
you put it.
You like a handbag.
Anyhow, you put it.
My wife likes handbags. My sisters like handbags.
See,
My
there we go.
like,
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You see that shame?
I was about to say he's shaming the hell out of you.
That was exactly what I was getting to. A man can't even wear a bag without getting shamed, right? See now.
Can I just hold on? Can I just say, because I'm rolling with you. I just want to say I'm a bag wearer too, right? It is very unconventional, not in this day and age.
It's not unconventional. It's very convenient.
Let him finish, Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is it is convenient. What I'm saying is it's unconventional for men to wear bags. Anytime you never see a guy, like, this is the other thing, the double standard. If I went on Instagram right now and was like, "Ooh, copped a new bag from Louis," like, y'all would kill me. Y'all would get me out of here quick.
What if it's a dope bag? Hold on, time out. If you grab one of those Virgil Abloh clear airport bags, I'm like, oh, Brandon's balling.
I hear you, but fam, if I post it the same way women can post, just came out of the Louis store, got me some lubes. If I then take that sentence and then
it's like doing it in that voice.
It's the truth.
Do it in a different voice though.
No, it's the truth. That's
just came out the Louis store, copped a new bag. Huh.
No,
it's a lot harder like that though. It's almost like that. That was okay.
Oh no.
That was all right.
Oh my gosh.
But the point that I'm getting at is men can't. Men can't show emotion because it's okay for us to get punched in the face. A man gets punched in the face. Everyone laughs. Everyone goes, "Oh well, he should have learned to fight."
No, I'm not. That's funny.
That's why men have to be harder though, and we can't show emotion because other men will be like, "Oh, that's the weak one."
No,
I think it's masculation problem. That's what it is.
No,
it is.
I know who I'm gonna beast out on and get all the chicks.
Two of the guys that I look up to in entertainment is Allen Iverson and Ric Flair. And every 5 seconds, both of those men are in tears when they talk about the past or how much they're appreciative of the life that they were given.
Well, that's different though. Men are allowed to cry when they talk about glory and victory. That's the only time it's okay for us to cry.
Well, no,
if you stub your toe and cry, you're a wimp.
I can't say that.
AI just teared up when he was talking about how that certain journalist never gave him, like, he was like, "Yo, I don't like it. People never give me a fair shake."
Still, he's reflecting on his glory. He's allowed to cry during that. If take his glory out of the equation, he's not allowed to cry.
That's not true.
Wait. But my thing is why you say that he's not allowed to cry? Like, who's stopping him from crying?
Men are not
society.
Allowed to cry. Okay.
Society.
So let's say Nas and Brandon, let's say all of you are making fun of my Lakers hat. I just came up with that. Let's just say that happened. You guys were making fun of my Lakers hat, all right? And then I just dropped a tear.
I would kill you. I would kill you. I'm like, yo, you word? You exactly. Crying? Ain't no crying in baseball.
Exactly.
But hold on. I'm sorry. I need to hold on. Because you say that you can't cry, you can't this, you can't that. Yes, you can. You as a person and in a man, you have free will. You have a choice. You can decide to not go along with the status quo of society. Because think about it. At the end of the day, you're gonna get judged no matter what. You have the will and the choice to go to therapy. You have the will and choice to surround yourselves with people who will actually embrace who you are and have you be okay with the fact that you're crying. You have that choice. I feel like and I'm saying this because I feel like sometimes we have these conversations and it's like can't. No. people can change things. You can change your mindset. You can change your environment. There's things that you can change. Now, there's certain things that systemically, like, it's harder to get out of it, but you can. I think that instead of saying can't, it's about what do we need to do to create a better, what do we need to do as individuals to put ourselves in more healthier environments? And then what do we need to do in terms of the conversations that we have to provide a more healthier dialogue to help people change their mindset? Because think about it, people are listening to our podcast, and even if it's 1 or 2 or 3 people that we can help change their mindset when it comes to masculinity and femininity, that could actually impact someone else. I think a lot of times we ourselves instill our own insecurities and our own fears into the conversation. And that's why, and I'm not saying you, Wylson, specifically have your own insecurities and that you're displaying. That's not what I'm saying. But when we have conversations about masculinity and femininity and people are like, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Why not? Are you projecting your own insecurities in the sense that you feel like you can't do it? Yep. Is it like a lot of times, a lot of things that we try to, a lot of times we try to limit someone else and what they can and cannot do. It's basically based upon our own insecurities and feelings that we're projecting onto other people.
Agreed.
So I 100% agree with everything.
Yep,
that you said,
agree.
But I agree with you in the terms of that's how it should be. But for whatever reason, it's not like that. Like let's take a look at.
You have a choice.
Let's take a look at Bagel Guy, right? You guys remember Bagel Guy, the man who was under 5 foot tall.
Yeah, your favorite client.
Yeah, my favorite, my favorite client.
Yeah.
So Bagel Guy snapped, right? Because those women were talking to him in a condescending manner. Now, and the world killed him. Now, if Bagel Guy would have dropped to the ground and started crying, like, yo, how would we have looked at him?
I think it would have been a non-issue.
Well, it would have been a non-issue, but we would have all pitied that man.
But what if that man went to therapy and dealt with his own problems? So if someone did that, he wouldn't have reacted that way.
He did have a choice to do that.
I don't think there's any therapy for his
we
situation.
We can't act like no one has choices in life. People have choices. It's about accountability.
Yeah. And that's my thing. He didn't have to walk into that bagel place, spaz on them women that have nothing to do with his height insecurities. He didn't have to go and talk to the guy in back of him that just was saying, hey, I just would like to order my breakfast. Like, you can beef with them later. Like, that's why he got tackled.
well, I don't. Oh yeah, I forgot he got tackled.
Yeah, he got tackled.
Come on. That's why you see.
He asked, listen, but this is my thing.
That never happens to a woman though. Ever. You don't just get Bagel Guy showed a little bit of emotion.
No, don't do that.
And the man got speared
that is
in the bagel shop.
But aren't you about equality? Aren't you about equality? Tall men get tackled, so why can't short men get tackled?
Time out.
Bars.
Tall men don't.
Mad instigation.
Yo, listen. Bagel Guy got speared in a deli.
He deserved it.
Name another tall man that got speared in a deli.
He deserved it. Why would you go up to the tall guy?
I've seen tall men get jumped by bigger men at clubs and stuff and get pummeled. So yeah, equality, like you said, right?
Fam, you listen. This is one of those times where he barked up the wrong tree, fam. You went and was cursing out all these women that you knew were behind the counter, even the women that were in on the opposing side with him trying to order stuff. He was beefing with them. Like, he then goes to the tall guy and says, hey, you're not my boss. And you're not like, fam, ain't nobody like, wait, what?
You know what, guys? I have to apologize. I could literally talk about Bagel Guy in any.
I know you could. You lost that case.
It's a social experiment to me. When I look at that whole entire situation is a social experiment. But I digress.
I mean, sorry, go Nas.
I was gonna say, I think to counter what Wylson was saying, 2020 is different. The lines of femininity and masculinity are starting to get blurred. Whereas men can't do this and men should be emotional, men can't do it. Mm-hmm. I think we're starting to see that turn where no, you can. You can, and it's okay. And I think it's hard for society to grasp, like especially American society, where everything is supposed to be, even, four-cornered, squared, and just no, men do this, women do that. We're emotionally catching up to the rest of the world. So, and it's in my opinion, which emotionally we're catching up to the rest of the world. It's like, nah, it's okay, dog. If you want to wear that Louis Vuitton purse and say it's a satchel, cool. Yeah, do you? Who am I to judge? Well, I don't have to accept it, but who am I to judge you? You have to be okay with that.
So can I ask you guys a question? And I'm gonna aim this at the men. Be honest. When's the last time that you had a good cry?
Good one?
A good cry.
2 nights ago.
And it would have been a while. I mean, I tear up every once in a while, but
feels amazing to let it out, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
A good cry is always good.
I'm not even gonna front. A good cry feels amazing.
Listen. A good cry is better than punching someone in the face.
But that shows growth on both of your parts, because I personally couldn't tell you when the last time I let emotions out.
Because you're a stone cold serial killer, Nas. Everyone on the show knows that. We've been trying to open you up. I've been trying to give you hugs and everything. You don't accept that.
Please don't do that.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like there are just levels to you, my friend, and I love you. I'm just at some point we talk about it. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Yeah. Crying, honestly, is a universal stigma. It's for men and women. Like, for example, Wylson, you were saying that, men can't cry in front of people.
Nah, women gotta cry in the shower.
Women, if we,
so nobody could tell.
Oh yeah.
But nobody's gonna be looking at you in the shower.
Just in case they pop in.
But in case they pop, oh my God.
They won't know that you're crying.
He said just in case they pop in. Like, wait,
yeah. I think I stole that joke from Nas.
Oh my God. But crying is like a universal.
I'm gonna give him credit.
It's a universal stigma thing. Cause like, for example, you say that men can't cry in front of people. That's correct, right? I mean, I'm saying correct in terms of that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So same thing for women. Like if women show any emotions in any business settings, we're viewed as weak. If we show show any sense of upset feelings, we're too emotional. We're problematic, especially, and if you're a Black woman, you're difficult to deal with. Like, so there's certain things that actually are universal in terms of issues for women and men. So I don't even think crying is a problem just for men. I think crying is a problem for everyone, because everyone associates crying more so as a negative thing than actually a I wouldn't say coping mechanism, but a way to release of some of the energy and problems that you have with it. It's a healthy way to release versus, releasing via bottles, releasing via drugs, releasing via weed. It actually cleanses you.
Yeah,
violence. Cleanses you. Yeah, violence.
It does. You know what I'm saying? That's why your brain tells you to do it. But again, it's American society that masculine, and especially for Black and brown communities, like you don't have the luxury of being emotional. I'm not saying that Caucasian men can't. I'm just saying that the African Americans and the brown community, specifically the minority community,
we don't have time to.
Yeah, we don't have that luxury to say, all right, let me process this, and I can let this out. And I think overall, the overarching theme is men in American society, period, are not allowed to. It's like, what kind of man are you? What kind of you crying? Are you, because it's like E said, it's viewed as a weak emotion, and weak back in the olden days associated with women. Women stay home, you cook, you cry, you drink your sorrows away, you can pop a couple of volume. That's it. And 2020 is that turn. And I think the quarantine has pulled the cover back from everybody. Like everybody is emotionally vulnerable, mentally vulnerable, because a lot of people are like, damn, I need therapy after the quarantine. I need to process. Look how many relationships have ended during quarantine, not just here in the States, Europe, Asia. The divorce rate in China went through the roof. Everybody is like, all right, we're emotionally vulnerable, man. And it's okay to cry. I mean, I haven't done it in a long time, but I heard it's okay.
All right. I mean, it's always okay to cry. Question to you guys, 3 Black men. Question to you guys. Do you also feel that part of the reason that there is a masculinity problem more and very much in the Black community, I can't speak to other communities, but very much in the Black community, do you feel like part of the reason why it's that is because there is this feeling of, not even feeling, but there have been even people who have done things or fetishized Black men in the sense of association to being gay or LGBTQ plus. Do you feel like that masculinity issue in terms of not wanting to be associated with certain things is that fear of being associated with these stereotypes that people place on the LGBTQ plus community, and also people saying that they try to present Black men in a way that is, I'm trying to think of the right term for it, but they present them in a way that's soft or demasculating, and
that's a really good
pushing.
question.
And then people, and they also say like pushing the, and I don't say this, but people I've seen on Twitter saying pushing the gay agenda. What are your thoughts on like why we have such an issue of masculinity, aside from like we don't, like you said, our community goes through so many things, don't even have time to process emotions, but I also think that thing is part of it too. What are your thoughts as Black men?
Not for nothing, this is probably one of my favorite questions that you've asked on the show. Honestly, that's a really, really good question for a plethora of reasons. Number one, yes, I do think a lot of people either don't cry or don't express emotions because it's viewed as soft. And most people will look at the LGBTQ community as being soft because they're expressive of their emotions. I think that people then couple that together and then make it seem like it's a bad thing just for someone to be in tune with how they feel and or how they feel about their environment and what they take in energy wise, right? That's one layer. The other layer of it is that much like what I've been saying with LGBTQ and Black community, we kind of have the same struggles. We have the same fight, right? Both of us are hated and misunderstood and targeted. Like the same way we get pulled over by cars and pulled out or falsely pulled over or accused of things, gay folks go through the exact same thing. There's a girl I know right now that wants to come out and will not come out. And I won't put a business out there, but she won't come out just because of the fact she knows that her family will just not accept it. That's a crazy thing. It's the same way I know someone that won't let their family know that they're dating someone outside of their race because their family made it very clear that no, that can't happen. So I mean, this is a thing. I think it sparks a bigger conversation of how we need to change our mindset. I think the way that we view LGBTQ, you can sit up here and say push the gay agenda, but yeah, I'll push that agenda if it's for people being kind and understanding. I think that needs to happen now more than ever. So yeah, I'll push the gay agenda. I will, because at the end of the day, I'm not for targeting of race, sex, creed, any of that. Like for me, that's just how I feel on it. You know what I mean? That's not for everyone though. A lot of people don't have that understanding. A lot of people are scared of Black men. They're scared of people within the gay community. And that's something that they have to deal with. That's not on us. And that's just how I feel. I feel like for us, we have to do our part. We have to be able to explain the emotions that we have and or the emotions that we don't have, right? It's your job to do that. You have to separate it. So, I mean, that's just how I feel about it, honestly.
To answer your question, I'm sitting here and my overactive imagination is starting to work, right? So first part of that is the crying and being perceived as weak. And the only thing my mind tells me is if I go back to the end of slavery and Jim Crow and the civil rights, I was always taught shoulders back and head up high. Don't show them that you're weak. Don't let you look a man in the eye, you look a woman in the eye when you talk to them, and you talk to them clear and precise, right? So the overarching thing, like I said earlier, was American men as a society don't like to cry. We don't like to show weakness, whether Black, white, or other. So if you take that and you take the majority, which was the Caucasian male were in power for a long time, and then if I'm lined up as a Black man, if the police had me lined up, me, Brandon, Wylson, and whoever else, we're all lined up, and one of us starts to cry, who's that Caucasian cop gonna pick on? He's gonna pick on, oh, you the soft one out the group. So I know your weakness, and if you're the weak link, then the whole bunch of you are vulnerable.
Yeah.
As far as that being associated with the LGBTQ community, now you have a whole different variable, right? Because now for all of contemporary history and modern history, homosexuality was frowned upon. But if we go far enough back to Romans, the Greeks, these practices, this sexuality, it was an open society. It's like, yo, if you're out there doing, I can't see anybody else.
It's E. I'm sorry, it was E. Go.
No, my fault. I'm sorry. I know. Yeah, I get a little.
No, it wasn't you. It was E. E just did. You'll see it on the episode. E stupid. Go.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm finishing up now. I'm just saying it's that homosexuality is nothing new. Is it? Cameras are new. Cell phones are new. The internet is what's new.
Yeah.
The sexuality and things like that have always been around. If you go back to biblical Sodom and Gomorrah, that's what the Bible was talking about. Alexander the Great, when he conquered Persia, he ran in the brothel, a whole bunch of beautiful women. He picked out the prettiest boy.
And picked out the prettiest boy out of all of the women.
And out of all of the women, and took him with him everywhere, so much so that his wife was jealous. So it's always been around. It's just in recent history, it's been frowned upon. And what people are having a hard time adjusting to is that is no longer being done in the dark. So I'm gonna wrap it up like that. I know we got time.
Well, let me get in here real quick.
Hey, yo, Jesus Christ.
All right, so you just messed me up, man. So,
I'm sorry.
So as far as like the Black community, the way how we look at the LGBT, I'm not even gonna try that.
LGBTQ.
The way LGBTQ community, the way how we look at them, or we try not to. Nobody wants to look gay. Like that's like the worst thing as a Black man, right? Like we have that thing in our community. I'm not too sure on where that stems from, but as far as like being like overly masculine as a Black man, like, because when you grow up as a kid, you have to know how to fight, right? Right?
Oh no, yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
I thought you were just
and if your friends think that you can't fight, or not necessarily your friends, but people around the neighborhood, you're gonna get picked on, you're gonna get beat up, right? Yeah. So I think that's kind of where our over masculinity stems from.
Yeah. Well, part of it also stems from the archetypes that are established during slavery times and later, like even like the Jezebel, right? How Black women are viewed as sexual items because, you know, Black women were raped. And then also the over masculinity and the dangerousness comes from the archetypes and the images that were set during those times. So a lot of it comes from that. And then on top of it too, it's always interesting because it fascinates me how the mindset of these things, whether it's determining masculinity or femininity, the mindset of how we define those things, those definitions are always established by a small group of people. You guys notice that? Like a small group of people in power define how we view femininity and masculinity instead of us using our own brain and heart and whatever to make our own definition of it and understand that we have the power to redefine it, right? And I think that, yes, society may react to it, but at the end of the day, how you want to be and how you want to portray yourself, you have the power. Now, with every action, there's a reaction. So every action, there may be consequences, right? So like, for example, I'll use me, Brandon. I'm not going to use your friend, but I'll use me. If I wasn't able to reveal my orientation, yes, I'm safe, but I would be miserable and depressed. If I revealed my orientation and my family didn't accept it, now I have conflict with my family, but I myself can live in my skin and be happy. There's never going to be a perfect answer or decision. It's a matter of making the best decision for yourself and what you view is the best decision for yourself. And I think that especially when it comes to masculinity and femininity, I think that we ourselves can redefine what it is for ourselves. Just because someone else doesn't understand it doesn't mean that it's wrong or it's not fitting in it, right? I mean, obviously there are things that are just point blank wrong. Murder, wrong. Rape, wrong, right? But for other things, we worry so much about what other people think that we don't even realize that part of our own feelings when it comes to these things are driven by other people, other individuals that have nothing to do with our lives. absolutely nothing to do with our lives. And so I think that that's kind of a problem. Because like, even for example, right, for me, the problem that I deal with in broadcasting is if I had to cut my hair to stand out, but yet because I cut my hair, I'm not feminine enough. So which one am I going to take? Am I going to take the route where I uphold this archetype femininity status where I look like every other woman, you know, and the fact that even on top of that, as Black women, they pressure you to straighten your hair, right? Am I going to take that route, or am I going to take the short hair, standing out dye, but yet people will look at me and be like, "Oh, you're definitely a lesbian," or view me as not feminine enough because I have short hair, which is really interesting considering people like Halle Berry had short hair. Like a lot of people had short hair, but people view women with short hair and women with short hair who aren't quote unquote super feminine as gay. And even with that concept, it's really funny because I always tell people, for you to view that, some of the most feminine women are like 110% lesbians. Like they don't want men at all. And it's just funny how they don't view those women as potentially being part of the community. But yet, if you have short hair and present yourself differently, oh, you're definitely that. Oh, there's no way you like men. And it's just weird that there's this preconceived notion that we have to break a hold of. Now, I also think too, and I notice it's differently. I feel like in the Black community, having women with shorter hair, we accept that more, and we don't really tie that to orientation because a lot of Black women have short hair. But I've noticed that outside other communities, they associate with that, especially individuals who are white. I've noticed as well. And so I guess all in all, it's just like, how can we deconstruct these negative stereotypes for not just Black people, but women and men overall? Where do we even start to deconstruct this? Because like even like the OnlyFans thing, to kind of draw it back, the OnlyFans thing, connotations is being deconstructed right now because everyone thought, everyone said OnlyFans is just for like nudes and sex workers, which it is. It's a safe platform for them, and that's great. But it's like, in a way, we're having this conversation about deconstructing those connotations because celebrities are using it. But why is it that we have to deconstruct it once celebrities are using it when we should have been doing that before? And even deconstructing the feelings around sex workers, right? They're not hurting anyone.
I agree. I honestly agree. Like, I feel like this show could go on a whole nother hour on that, honestly. Like, again, it's just another multi-layered statement where it could go any which way when you really, really think about a lot of those things. I don't know. I have to think about that, honestly.
One quick thing. The stigma that I know that comes from the Caribbean island is buck breaking. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that term, but when the male slave was rebellious, the masters used to take him to the center of town and rape him right there in front of everybody. And that was called buck breaking. You acting out. So we should put you back in your place. So that's probably where a lot of that hatred comes from in certain communities towards the LGBTQ community.
Man, history repeats itself, man.
Yep.
The way how we treated young Buck.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess for the fans and stuff, let us know what you guys think. That I wanna try to maybe come back to that. Like, that conversation is something that I think is super multi-layered. Like, it's both of them. Like, think about it. You can't cry, but you can't be feminine. You can't cut your hair the way you want. Like, there's so many restrictions that I think we put on ourselves, or that we allow ourselves to abide by, I guess is the word I'm looking for, that I don't think is plausible at this point. I think that the way that we've been doing things has been conventional and needs to be unconventional. I think we need to just be a little bit more open. Yeah, I know we were supposed to talk about the Chrissy thing. Maybe we could talk about that next week because we're at time. But there's a lot going on. But obviously, to John Legend and Chrissy, RIP to them losing their firstborn. Horrible thing. So want to definitely send them some love. And I know that this is going to sound crazy, but I know everyone wants Trump to die. I was just raised differently. I do hope that he gets better. And I do hope that this is a humbling experience if it's real. I'll just say that. And then I guess, is there anyone else that we need to pray for or send some love to or something?
Everyone who's listening, because I feel like everyone's going through a hard time. Some people, you know, we know more of what they're going through, some less, but everyone's going through a different time. So definitely sending positive energy, love, and support to everyone who listens or watch our show. I really hope that, you know, we can all get through this together.
One day at a time, y'all.
One day at a time, one day at a time. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. As always, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes, as well as be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, get in tune with our Discord. I'm probably going to post that today when you guys see this recording. You'll see that come out after we release the recording. I'm going to post directly to our Discord so that you guys can start to go there. And then, lastly, let us know what you guys think about the topics, because as always, especially
we are the world.
Yeah. I feel like we need another We Are the World. With that said, I'm Brandon Killabh BHR.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
I'm the regular Nas.
I'm Wylson.
And as always, Chris on the check-in on the ones and twos. And we out of here. Peace.